Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the calm and disciplined exterior of a Capricorn? You know them as ambitious, practical, and determined, but there's so much more to this earth sign than meets the eye. From their unique approach to relationships to how they handle life's challenges, Capricorns possess a set of psychological traits that are often misunderstood. And here's the twist: when their patience runs out, the reaction you might expect is far from what you'll actually see. In this video, we're diving deep into 20 psychological facts about Capricorns that will completely change how you view this earth sign. But be warned, what you discover may surprise you. You'll gain insight not only into their relationships and career paths, but also the deeper layers of their personalities, which often go unnoticed. If you're curious about what truly drives a Capricorn and how you can connect with them on a deeper level, stay tuned. Now, whether you are a Capricorn yourself or have one in your life, understanding these hidden traits can help you navigate relationships, work dynamics, and even personal growth. And, by the end of this video, you'll have a better grasp of how to engage with this powerful zodiac sign in a more meaningful way. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our peaceful community here at Zen Mind Peaceful Life, where we explore not just the stars but the deep psychological and spiritual aspects that shape our lives. You won't want to miss what's coming next, trust me, this is just the beginning. 1. The fear of public shame, a deeply rooted insecurity. Capricorns are known for their stoic exterior and seemingly impenetrable nature. But beneath that calm surface lies a fear of public embarrassment that shapes their behavior. This fear isn't just a minor concern, it is deeply rooted in their psyche and often dictates their approach to life and relationships. Why is this so important? While many signs might be comfortable with a bit of public scrutiny or playful teasing, Capricorns' drive to maintain control over their image is intense. Every action, every word they say is weighed with the thought of potential consequences. This deep-seated fear of being judged or ridiculed stems from their need for self-preservation. It's not just about keeping up appearances, it's about ensuring that they don't show vulnerability that could be used against them. Psychological aspect. This fear can be understood through the lens of psychology. Capricorns' attachment to their public image is tied to their need for validation and their sense of security. The need to be seen as competent, responsible, and in control is critical for their mental well-being. When they fear being embarrassed, they internalize the experience and overthink their actions, which can lead to them coming across as distant or socially awkward. Real-life example. Imagine a Capricorn in a meeting at work. While others may be quick to offer opinions or jump into the conversation, a Capricorn will likely rehearse their words mentally, carefully crafting their message before speaking. They avoid off-the-cuff remarks because they don't want to say something that could be perceived as foolish or unprofessional. In a world that values spontaneity and quick wit, this can often make them seem stiff or out of place. 2. Valuing quality over status, the Capricorn standard. Another distinctive trait of Capricorn is their ability to value quality over status. While many people in today's society are driven by the desire for social climbing, networking, and gaining status, Capricorn does not share this pursuit. Instead, they are drawn to people, experiences, and things that hold true value, things that have substance and integrity. Why does Capricorn care so much about authenticity? Capricorn, as an earth sign, has a natural inclination towards the tangible and real. They are pragmatic in their approach to life and value relationships that are genuine and solid. They don't care about flashy titles or who someone knows. What matters to them is the person's character. Capricorn seeks out individuals who are honest, reliable, and dependable, rather than those who are concerned with projecting an image of success. Psychological aspect. From a psychological perspective, this trait is rooted in Capricorn's need for stability. They understand that relationships built on authenticity are far more sustainable than those based on status or social standing. This inclination to seek out trustworthy connections comes from their deep-seated belief in long-term commitment and reliability. Real-life example. A Capricorn might attend a high-profile event. But instead of seeking out the most famous or influential individuals, they'll likely gravitate towards someone who exhibits sincerity and humility. While others network for the sake of career advancement, Capricorn is more interested in creating deep, meaningful connections that will stand the test of time. This can be perceived as aloofness or a lack of interest in fitting in. But in reality, it's just Capricorn's way of prioritizing quality over superficial connections. 3. Relentless self-improvement, the never-ending journey. Capricorns are driven by an insatiable desire to better themselves. This drive isn't just about achieving external success, it's about continually growing, refining their skills, and pushing themselves to reach new heights. To a Capricorn, there's always room for improvement. And this is a trait that both motivates and isolates them. Why is this drive so intense? Under the influence of Saturn, Capricorn's ruling planet, they are always looking for ways to improve. Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, and time, and it teaches Capricorn that nothing worth having comes easily. Whether it's in their career, personal development, or relationships, they are constantly striving to evolve into a better version of themselves. However, this can sometimes lead to perfectionism, as they may feel that they're never quite there yet. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, this constant drive for self-improvement can stem from a deep-seated need for control. Capricorns often feel a need to be in charge of their circumstances and emotions, which can lead to a tendency to be overly critical of themselves. Their inner dialogue is often focused on what needs to be done next to improve, making them highly ambitious but sometimes at the expense of relaxation or self-compassion. Real-life example. Take a Capricorn in a professional setting. They're the type to stay late to work on improving a project, even after everyone else has gone home, while others might be satisfied with a job well done. Capricorn is always seeking the next challenge. Their sense of fulfillment comes not from external rewards but from personal growth. This can create a sense of isolation as friends and family may struggle to keep up with their relentless pace. However, this same drive often leads them to success and achievement in their chosen fields. 4. Sentimental yet passionate approach to intimacy. Capricorns are known for their emotional reserve. But when it comes to intimacy, they have a very specific approach that might seem odd to others. Unlike the more impulsive or fiery signs, Capricorn takes their time in love and relationships. They build deep emotional connections before they commit fully, which can be mistaken for coldness or a lack of passion. Why is this approach so different? Capricorn values stability and security in their relationships, which is why they need to establish trust and mutual understanding before diving in emotionally. This process is not about passion or instant chemistry, but about building a foundation that will stand the test of time. They take a methodical approach to love, preferring depth over fleeting moments of passion. Psychological aspect. From a psychological standpoint, Capricorn's reserved approach to intimacy is a reflection of their desire for security and consistency. They are cautious about vulnerability, preferring to guard their emotions until they feel completely certain that the relationship is built on a solid foundation. This careful approach is a defense mechanism to protect them from heartache or instability. Real-life example. A Capricorn in a relationship might not express their feelings immediately or engage in grand romantic gestures. Instead, they show their love through consistent, small acts of care and commitment. For instance, they may plan thoughtful dates, offer practical support during difficult times, or show their affection through words of encouragement. It's not that they lack passion, but they believe that real love is built on reliability, trust, and emotional security. 5. Love for peaceful environments, finding clarity in tranquility. Capricorns are not fans of chaos or loud, chaotic environments. Instead, they thrive in calm, serene settings where they can focus and recharge. This preference for peace and quiet is a central aspect of their personality that often sets them apart from more extroverted or high-energy signs. Why does Capricorn need peace? Capricorns are highly focused and methodical individuals. To maintain their mental clarity and emotional stability, they need an environment that fosters introspection and calmness. Constant noise, distractions, or chaos can easily overwhelm them, which is why they seek out quieter spaces to work, reflect, or simply relax. This desire for peace is also tied to their need to maintain control over their environment and emotions. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, Capricorn's love for tranquility can be linked to their introverted nature. While they may seem social or driven on the outside, they often require time alone to recharge and reflect. The chaos of the outside world can disrupt their internal balance, so they seek quiet places to regain their composure and clarity. Real-life example. At a social gathering, a Capricorn might be the person who steps away from the noise to find a quieter space, even if it's just for a few minutes. This doesn't mean they are antisocial, but they simply need time to process and reflect. After a busy workday or a stressful event, they are likely to unwind in solitude, perhaps with a book, a quiet walk, or simply time alone to think. This need for peace allows them to maintain their focus and inner calm, ensuring that they are ready to face the next challenge. 6. Moments of sadness and depression, a stoic approach to struggles. Capricorns are often seen as emotionally reserved, and this trait extends to how they handle periods of sadness or depression. Unlike other signs that might openly express their pain or seek emotional support, Capricorn tends to internalize their feelings and manage their struggles privately. Why do Capricorns handle sadness this way? This behavior is deeply tied to Capricorn's need for self-reliance and control. They often view emotional vulnerability as a weakness, and therefore, they prefer to process their emotions alone. This stoic approach allows them to maintain control over their feelings and avoid appearing weak or out of control to others. However, this doesn't mean they don't feel deeply. It simply means they handle their emotions in a more solitary and private manner. Psychological aspect. From a psychological perspective, this emotional restraint is a defense mechanism. Capricorns may fear that revealing their emotions will lead to judgment or a loss of respect. Their focus on maintaining their reputation as strong, composed individuals means they suppress feelings of sadness or frustration, which can sometimes lead to internalized stress. Over time, this could lead to burnout or a sense of isolation if not managed properly. Real-life example. Imagine a Capricorn experiencing a personal setback, like a job loss or a breakup. While others may seek comfort from friends or family, a Capricorn will often retreat inward, spending time alone to process their thoughts. They will reflect on the situation, analyze what went wrong, and come up with a practical solution. They prefer to work through their problems on their own, quietly and efficiently, without drawing attention to their emotional state. 7. Objective and controlled, the calculated decision maker. One of the defining traits of Capricorn is their ability to remain calm and composed in any situation. They don't act impulsively or rashly, preferring instead to assess the situation thoroughly before making a decision. This highly objective nature often makes them seem cold or overly cautious, especially in situations where others might take quick action. Why is Capricorn so controlled? Capricorn's need for control stems from their deep-seated fear of failure. They understand that one wrong move could set them back, so they approach decisions with extreme care and calculation. This trait is part of their practical nature. They prefer to weigh all the options, analyze the potential risks and rewards, and take a logical approach to solving problems. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, this calculated approach is a manifestation of Capricorn's innate need for stability and security. They are not driven by emotional impulse or immediate gratification, but rather by a desire to ensure long-term success. This makes them excellent planners and problem solvers, as they take the time to think things through before acting. However, it can also make them seem rigid or overly cautious to those who value spontaneity in action. Real-life example. At work, a Capricorn might be the one to analyze all available data before making a decision, whereas others may take more intuitive or instinctual approaches. They will spend time understanding all variables involved in a project or situation, carefully considering the potential outcomes before committing. While this might slow down the decision-making process, it also ensures that they rarely make mistakes and are prepared for any challenges that may arise. 8. Calculating and perfectionist, a drive for excellence. Capricorns are known for their obsessive attention to detail and their perfectionist tendencies. This trait often makes them seem like they are constantly striving for the unattainable, never satisfied with anything less than perfect. For Capricorn, success is not simply about achieving a goal, but achieving it flawlessly. Why is Capricorn so perfectionistic? This drive for perfection is tied to Capricorn's need for success and their desire to meet their high standards. They have an almost obsessive need for things to be done correctly, whether it's at work, in their personal lives, or in their relationships. This trait can be both an asset and a burden, while it ensures that they produce high-quality work. It can also lead to frustration or burnout if they feel that their efforts are not meeting their expectations. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, Capricorn's perfectionism is rooted in their sense of responsibility. They feel a strong sense of duty to not only meet their goals but to exceed them. This perfectionistic tendency can stem from a fear of failure or inadequacy, as they may feel that anything less than perfect will reflect poorly on their competence and worth. However, this drive for flawlessness often makes them highly successful and admired for their meticulous approach to life. Real-life example. A Capricorn at work may take extra time to double-check every detail of a project, ensuring that everything is flawless. While others might be satisfied with good enough, Capricorn will go above and beyond, making sure everything is just right. This can be seen as admirable, but it can also cause tension with colleagues or friends who might not share the same level of commitment to perfection. 9. Social and ambitious, networking with purpose. Capricorns are often more socially strategic than people realize. While they might appear reserved or even aloof at first, they are highly social individuals with a purpose. Capricorn doesn't just network for the sake of making friends, they network because they see it as a means to achieve their long-term goals. Why is Capricorn's social behavior so calculated? Capricorns view social interactions as opportunities to build connections that will help them further their personal and professional ambitions. They value relationships that have a tangible benefit and are more likely to form bonds with people who share similar goals or values. Unlike other signs who may socialize purely for fun, Capricorn's social interactions are more focused on growth, opportunity, and stability. Psychological aspect. This social strategy is tied to Capricorn's overarching sense of responsibility and ambition. They see every relationship, whether personal or professional, as a potential asset to their long-term success. They are excellent at networking because they know how to position themselves in a way that benefits them, while still maintaining a level of respect and authenticity. Real-life example. Imagine a Capricorn attending a social gathering or a professional conference. While others might engage in casual conversations or small talk, Capricorn will focus on making connections with individuals who could help them in their career or personal development. They are excellent at spotting opportunities for mutual growth and are always looking for ways to align their social life with their long-term goals. 10. The cautious and demanding Capricorn woman, a force to be reckoned with. The Capricorn woman is known for her intelligence, caution, and high standards. She is not easily impressed by flattery or superficial charm and demands consistency and effort from those around her. Her cautious approach to relationships, whether personal or professional, often makes her seem distant or difficult to approach, but those who take the time to understand her will find a fiercely loyal and deeply caring individual. Why is the Capricorn woman so demanding? The Capricorn woman's high standards stem from her desire for stability and security. She knows what she wants and is unwilling to settle for anything less than what aligns with her long-term goals and values. This strong sense of self-worth and clarity makes her a force to be reckoned with, both in her career and in her personal life. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, the Capricorn woman's demanding nature is rooted in her need for control and her deep understanding of her worth. She values hard work, loyalty, and consistency, and she expects the same from those she associates with. She does not tolerate dishonesty or inconsistency, and her high standards ensure that only those who are truly committed to her will remain in her life. Real-life example. A Capricorn woman in the workplace may have high expectations for her colleagues and employees. She doesn't settle for mediocrity and demands excellence in everything she does. Similarly, in relationships, she values loyalty and reliability above all else. She will not be easily won over by empty promises or superficial gestures. Instead, she expects sincerity and commitment from those around her. 11. Relentless determination. The Capricorn never gives up. One of the most prominent traits of Capricorn is their relentless determination to succeed. This unwavering focus on their goals can sometimes be seen as obsessive. But it is precisely this determination that drives them to overcome obstacles and achieve remarkable success. Why is Capricorn so determined? Capricorn's determination comes from a deep-rooted sense of responsibility. They believe in the value of hard work and see failure as simply a stepping stone to success. This mindset is not born from a desire for fame or fortune, but from an internal commitment to meet the high standards they set for themselves. To Capricorn, quitting is never an option, no matter how many times they face setbacks or challenges. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, Capricorn's determination is tied to their need for control and security. They understand that only through consistent effort can they build the life they desire. This drive also stems from a sense of duty to themselves and others. They feel responsible for making their dreams a reality and won't stop until they've achieved them. Real-life example. Imagine a Capricorn pursuing a career goal, like becoming a senior executive. Despite facing setbacks such as rejections or slow progress, they remain steadfast. Rather than getting discouraged, they adjust their approach, work harder, and look for new opportunities. This resilience, even in the face of failure, is what makes them successful in the long run. 12. Disciplined and stable. Capricorn's quest for security. Capricorns are known for their disciplined and stable nature. They thrive in structured environments and are often seen as the rock in their relationships and careers. Their preference for routine and order is not about being rigid, but about ensuring they have a stable foundation on which to build their lives. Why does Capricorn value stability? For Capricorn, stability isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. Their need for control over their circumstances drives them to establish systems and routines that provide security. Whether it's in their financial life, relationships, or career, Capricorn is always looking to create a stable environment where they can thrive without constant disruptions. Psychological aspect. This desire for stability can be traced to Capricorn's association with Saturn, the planet of structure and discipline. The influence of Saturn gives Capricorn a deep need to create lasting, reliable foundations, which they believe are essential for long-term success. Stability provides them with peace of mind and helps them navigate life's challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Real-life example. A Capricorn might be the type of person who carefully budgets their finances, plans for the future, and sticks to a strict daily routine. This discipline ensures that they maintain control over their life, making them less likely to face crises or unexpected stress. This stable approach allows them to build wealth, relationships, and personal growth with an unwavering sense of purpose. 13. Preference for solitude over drama. The Capricorn's peaceful retreat. Capricorns have a natural aversion to drama. They prefer solitude or peaceful environments where they can focus on their goals and find mental clarity. Capricorns are highly selective about the company they keep, often avoiding people who bring unnecessary conflict or negativity into their lives. Why does Capricorn avoid drama? Drama is disruptive to Capricorn's need for control and stability. They view conflict as an unnecessary waste of energy, preferring to invest their time and effort into things that have a clear purpose. For Capricorn, peace of mind is invaluable, and they will go to great lengths to avoid environments or individuals that disturb their tranquility. Psychological aspect. From a psychological perspective, Capricorn's dislike of drama is closely linked to their need for emotional and mental peace. When surrounded by chaos, Capricorns feel out of control, which creates anxiety. Therefore, they naturally gravitate towards environments that allow them to recharge and focus on their ambitions without being sidetracked by emotional upheaval or conflict. Real-life example. If you're a Capricorn attending a social gathering, you might find them quietly observing the group dynamics, staying away from heated discussions or gossipy exchanges. Instead, they prefer intimate conversations with people they trust or even taking time alone to reflect and recharge. This preference for solitude over drama helps them maintain their focus and emotional balance. 14. The serious yet sensitive Capricorn man, a dual personality. While Capricorn men are often seen as serious, ambitious, and driven, they also have a surprisingly sensitive side that they rarely show. They take life seriously, working hard to achieve their goals, but they also have a deep emotional well that they keep hidden from most people. Why is the Capricorn man both serious and sensitive? This duality stems from the Capricorn man's internal battle between his pragmatic nature and his emotional depth. He approaches life with a sense of responsibility, knowing that success comes through dedication and effort. However, beneath this stoic exterior, there is a sensitive soul that feels deeply, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, the Capricorn man's sensitivity is often shielded by a tough outer layer. He is emotionally intelligent and self-aware, but doesn't easily show vulnerability. He fears being seen as weak or overly emotional, so he keeps his feelings to himself, even though he experiences them intensely. This emotional restraint can make him appear distant or unapproachable, but those who get to know him will find a deeply caring individual. Real-life example. A Capricorn man in a relationship might appear emotionally distant at first, prioritizing work or other responsibilities over expressing his feelings. However, when he does open up, it's often in quiet, meaningful ways. He might show love through acts of service, such as helping with a problem or supporting you during tough times. His emotional depth is not always visible, but it is strong and reliable. 15. Family-oriented and friendly, Capricorn's strong sense of loyalty. Capricorns have a profound sense of loyalty and a deep commitment to their families and close friends. While they may appear focused and independent in other areas of life, when it comes to their loved ones, they are incredibly devoted. Capricorn places a high value on family ties and will often go to great lengths to ensure their loved ones are well cared for. Why is Capricorn so family-oriented? Family represents stability and security to Capricorn. They often come from a strong family background and view the family as the foundation of their personal success. For Capricorn, loyalty to family and friends is non-negotiable. This devotion is part of their larger desire to create a secure and lasting legacy, one that extends beyond their own life. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, Capricorn's loyalty to family stems from their deep-seated belief in responsibility. They feel a sense of duty not only to themselves, but to their loved ones. This sense of responsibility can sometimes manifest as a desire to protect or care for family members, ensuring that they remain strong, safe, and successful. This trait also reflects Capricorn's need for emotional connection. which they often express through acts of service and dedication. Real-life example. A Capricorn might take on the role of the family caretaker, ensuring that everyone's needs are met. They are the one who helps with financial planning, offers practical advice, and makes sure that family members are supported in times of crisis. While they may not always be the most outwardly expressive, their commitment and actions speak volumes about their deep loyalty and affection. 16. Emotional self-control, the unshakable calm. One of Capricorn's most intriguing traits is their remarkable ability to control their emotions. In situations where others may react impulsively or with great emotion, Capricorn remains calm, composed, and in control. This emotional self-discipline is one of the reasons they are so often admired for their resilience. Why is Capricorn so emotionally controlled? Capricorn's desire for stability and their pragmatic nature contribute to this remarkable emotional restraint. They believe that emotions should be controlled and managed, not allowed to disrupt their plans or decision-making. This doesn't mean they lack emotions, rather, they prefer to handle their feelings internally, rather than allowing them to influence their actions. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, this self-control stems from Capricorn's need for self-sufficiency. They often view emotional outbursts as a sign of weakness or a loss of control. As a result, they strive to keep their emotions in check, allowing them to remain focused and undistracted by external pressures. This emotional composure also helps them manage stress and stay grounded when facing challenges. Real-life example. Imagine a Capricorn in a high-pressure work situation. While others may panic or become visibly stressed, the Capricorn will remain calm and collected. They may even act as a stabilizing force for those around them, offering logical solutions and staying composed in the face of uncertainty. This ability to maintain control under pressure is a hallmark of their strength. 17. Grounded in reality, the pragmatic Capricorn. Capricorns are firmly rooted in reality. They are practical, no-nonsense individuals who prioritize tangible results over abstract ideas. While some may indulge in daydreams or fantastical thinking, Capricorn focuses on what is real, achievable, and practical. This grounded nature helps them build solid foundations for their lives, allowing them to achieve their goals step by step. Why is Capricorn so grounded? As an earth sign, Capricorn's connection to reality is part of their very nature. They are focused on the present and the future, often thinking about the practical steps required to reach their desired outcomes. This approach ensures that they are always working towards something concrete and that their dreams are aligned with achievable goals. Psychological aspect. From a psychological standpoint, Capricorn's pragmatism is a defense mechanism against the unpredictability of life. They have a strong desire to stay in control, and by focusing on what is tangible, they create a sense of security and certainty. Their refusal to get lost in fantasies or idealistic thinking is rooted in a need for stability and predictability. Real-life example. A Capricorn setting a financial goal might avoid risky investments or speculative ventures. Instead, they'll stick to a well-researched, safe, and methodical approach to saving and investing. This approach allows them to achieve long-term financial stability, without getting swept up in trends or temporary highs. 18. Preference for silence over empty words, the Capricorn's thoughtful communication. Capricorns often prefer silence over meaningless chatter. They are selective about their words, only speaking when they feel they have something important to contribute. This can sometimes make them appear distant or disengaged, especially in social situations where casual conversation is expected. However, this trait is a reflection of their belief in meaningful communication. Why does Capricorn value silence? For Capricorn, words should carry weight and purpose. They do not believe in engaging in small talk for the sake of it. If they feel that a conversation lacks substance or is not worth their time, they will choose to remain silent. This preference for silence stems from their desire for depth and authenticity in interactions. rather than wasting energy on trivial matters. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, this selective communication style is tied to Capricorn's introspective nature. They are often deep thinkers and prefer to reflect before speaking. Their silence may also serve as a protective mechanism, allowing them to observe and assess situations before they engage. This trait allows them to keep a sense of control over their emotional and social environment. Real-life example. A Capricorn at a social gathering might not engage in casual conversations or join in on gossip. Instead, they'll listen carefully, observe the dynamics, and contribute only when they have something meaningful to add. While others might find this behavior unusual, Capricorn's silence speaks volumes about their need for depth and meaningful connection. 19. Smiling through pain, the Capricorn's resilience. Perhaps one of the most remarkable traits of Capricorn is their ability to smile through pain. Despite facing personal struggles or setbacks, they rarely let others see their vulnerability. Capricorn's ability to mask their inner turmoil with a calm and collected demeanor often leaves people wondering what's truly going on beneath the surface. Why does Capricorn hide their pain? Capricorns' need to maintain control over their emotions leads them to suppress their pain and keep it to themselves. They fear that showing vulnerability will be seen as weakness or cause others to doubt their strength. Therefore, they wear a mask of composure, even in the most difficult times, to protect their image and maintain their sense of self-sufficiency. Psychological aspect. From a psychological perspective, Capricorn's ability to hide their pain can be understood as a form of emotional self-protection. They are often uncomfortable with being seen as weak or burdening others with their problems. Their resilience comes from an internal drive to endure and overcome challenges on their own terms. Real-life example. A Capricorn who faces a personal loss or difficulty may continue to go about their daily responsibilities, putting on a brave face for the world. They may not openly express their grief or struggle, but they are quietly processing it on their own, finding practical ways to cope and move forward. Their ability to remain composed in the face of adversity can be both admirable and perplexing to others. 20. Of fierce loyalty, the Capricorn's unwavering commitment. Loyalty is everything to Capricorn. Once they commit to a person, a cause, or a goal, they give it their all. Capricorn's loyalty is unwavering, and they expect the same level of dedication from others. Their sense of duty and responsibility extends beyond their own needs and into the lives of those they care about. Why is Capricorn so loyal? Capricorn values stability and security in relationships, and loyalty is a cornerstone of that foundation. They are dedicated to those they love, offering support, care, and unwavering commitment. For Capricorn, loyalty is not just about standing by someone during the good times, but also during the hard times. Their sense of duty means they will always be there for those who have earned their trust. Psychological aspect. Psychologically, Capricorn's loyalty is tied to their sense of responsibility and their desire to create lasting, dependable relationships. Once they make a commitment, they feel a deep sense of duty to honor it, regardless of the circumstances. This loyalty is not just emotional but practical, as Capricorn believes that true bonds are built on consistency and reliability. Real-life example. A Capricorn in a friendship or romantic relationship will go out of their way to support the other person, even in difficult situations. They won't abandon their loved ones during hard times, and they will actively seek ways to help them overcome challenges. Their loyalty is their greatest strength, and they expect the same level of devotion from others. Conclusion: embracing the Capricorn journey. As we've explored, Capricorn is a sign of immense complexity. While they may appear serious, reserved, or even distant at times, beneath the surface lies a deeply loyal, determined, and thoughtful individual. Capricorn's unique combination of ambition, emotional control, and resilience makes them one of the most fascinating and admirable signs of the zodiac. Capricorn teaches us that success is not just about reaching goals but about the process, the dedication, the discipline, and the unwavering commitment to personal growth. They remind us that life is a journey, one that requires patience, hard work, and the ability to face challenges with grace. So, the next time you encounter a Capricorn, remember to look beyond the surface. They may not wear their emotions on their sleeve, but their actions speak louder than words. And in their quiet way, they offer some of the most profound lessons on how to live with purpose, loyalty, and strength. If you enjoyed learning about Capricorn's unique traits, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here at Zen Mind Peaceful Life, we dive deep into the mysteries of the Zodiac, astrology, and personal growth. We'd love to have you join our peaceful journey towards self-discovery and balance. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation and learn from each other.